this week's episode of Cooking with Chef Swain, we are making the New York Times best chocolate chip cookie recipe. As you can see, I've got some here. This recipe isn't anything crazy fancy. It's just a very solid chocolate chip cookie recipe. On our last video, we talked about finding recipes and finding consistent recipes. And I think that this chocolate chip cookie recipe is the most consistent I've found. I've used this a bunch, and today we're going to teach you how to make it at home.
Alright, we got everything in its place. Our mise en place. Everything's ready to go. And weighed out, we have 8.5 ounces of cake flour and bread flour, 2 teaspoons vanilla, 1.5 pounds chocolate chips, 2 eggs, 2.5 sticks of butter, 8 ounces regular sugar, 10 ounces brown sugar, 1.5 teaspoons each salt, baking powder, and baking soda. Sift your dry ingredients together to make them easier to incorporate into the final product. Make sure you get all of it. Get it out. Oh, drag your KitchenAid over. You're going to add your butter first, and then you're going to add your sugars. So you gotta have the spatula with the smiley face. Alright, get all that butter. Don't miss a bit. What you're doing here is you're going to be creaming the butter and the sugar together to get a very light base to add your dry ingredients to. Make sure you have your paddle attachment equipped and ready to go. And we're just gonna raise this up here, and then we're gonna blop, 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 blop. That was weird. You're gonna turn this to medium speed for about 5 minutes. And now the next 5 minutes is just this. Watching this.
You cannot pet that dog.
No.
You cannot pet that dog.
No.
You cannot pet that dog.
No,
You
he's
cannot
sleeping.
pet that dog. Yeah, work that dog.
No cookies. Not chocolate chip ones, that's for sure. So this is what you're looking for. You're looking for it to be very light and fluffy. Everything to be fully incorporated into the mix. Make sure you get the stuff on the bottom as well. And that's what we're doing here. We're going to take our really cool spatula and we're just going to scrape all the sides and the paddle attachment. And now we're going to add our eggs. We're going to add them one at a time on low speed. And we're just going to wait until they are fully incorporated into this mix as well. One at a time. Wait till all the yolk is, you can't see any streaks of the yolk, like that. And add the other. And now we're going to do kind of the same thing with the vanilla. Low speed till it's just incorporated. Now our sifted flour. Just going to add that all in there. Because we sifted it, it will incorporate into the final mix a lot easier. And make sure you get it all out. And then just low speed until everything is just barely together. You don't want to see any little bits of flour. Just like that. I'll turn it up real quick just to make sure it's all good. One final appearance of our gentleman spatula. So we're going to take this rubber spatula and we're just going to fold in the chocolate chips. And this recipe calls for like chocolate discs. The restaurant supply store I went to did not have them, so I got these really nice chocolate chips. You want to look for at least 60% cocoa for these chocolate chips. Super important step is to taste the batter before you put it away. So we're going to let this sit for a whole day, 24 hours. You can go all the way up to 72 hours. You want the gluten in the dough to kind of relax a little bit. And since we spent a lot of time mixing it, we want to make sure it is perfect. So into the fridge for 24 hours. Good night. Alright, now that we are well rested and our dough has been sitting out on the counter for about 2 hours, it's time to bake some cookies. We are going to liberally spray this parchment paper with some cooking spray. And you can use a 2 tablespoon scoop, or I like to use a ice cream scooper. That works perfect as well. Pro tip, you can spray the scooper you use as well so it comes out easier. Super important part of this, you don't want to press down all the way on your cookies. You can kind of give them a little pat to make sure they're even, but you don't want to advance their spread. You want to give them a chance to still have some of that chewy center while the outside gets a little crispy. Here I am placing them around, it took me a minute to figure out what the perfect spacing for these are. As you are about to see, 8 cookies on this small cheat tray, not the best. They tend to run into each other, and it doesn't result in the perfect looking cookie. So we're gonna try again. You see, not the best. Not the best, but they still taste okay. As you can see here, I've switched to the ice cream scoop, and I've also switched to 6 cookies per sheet tray here. I like my cookies big. This provided them with enough room to spread and still have that chewy center that we love. Sneak preview on the right. You're going to bake these at 350 for about 12 minutes, or up to 18 minutes, depending on how you like your cookies. You get these beautiful cookies. Perfect. Yes. And after a couple minutes of cooling on the sheet tray here, you're going to move them to a wire rack to cool. But by all means, dig in right away. Warm cookies are some of the best cookies. Look at that. Look at that glamorous shot. Ooh, beautiful. Wow. This is right about where my cookies are my favorite. Still chewy with crispy edges. That's about the 12-minute mark. If you like your cookies a little bit crispier, leave them in longer. Like I said, 18 minutes is about the longest you want to leave them in. And look at that distribution of chocolate. A chocolate chip in every bite.
So, final impressions that these cookies are really fucking good. You can definitely see the difference between time in the oven. If I had left these be a little bit colder, probably would have like domed a little bit better, but this is exactly how I like my cookies. So, boom. Lots of chocolate all throughout. Perfect. You can make them too at home. Obi, will you chill? Oh my god. He wants these cookies so bad. You can make these at home as well. Really easy recipe. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I much appreciate it. All of you that have done so far, this is awesome. I didn't really expect the support that y'all have given me right off the bat. So, I love you so much. Maybe one day I'll be... Ooh, the next cookies are done. Maybe one day I'll be able to share these cookies in person with you. I love you. Goodbye. You done? You wanna finish?